actually done much live update for a long time here. I'm staying in the actual cool. It's actually a lot cooler in my studio than it is actually outside. Right now, it's apparently about 28 degrees Celsius here. I hope that I can hear well, I hope I can be heard, actually. Well, hopefully I can hear you lot on the comment section here. It's not often I go live here, especially on this phone of iPhone 8. I believe that I'm coming out loud and clear here using the headphones that I've got here, which is quite clever, actually, to be honest with you, because it usually takes away a lot of the muffled sound that, of course, is coming out from the original phone. But yeah, it is Thursday, the 19th of June 2025. Lots to look forward to in terms of what, of course, we are doing. Well, when we say that, of course, we'll keep you posted on that. But yeah, there is another channel called Nick Cee and Martha's Adventures. So if anyone's watching on replay, we don't mind, of course. We don't mess with anyone here. It'd be nice to actually see someone come and watch us live here, but we haven't actually programmed this actual live here. But of course, I just wanted to introduce myself here. I am a community journalist here from the east of England in the UK. Now, of course, there's been lots and lots of topics being discussed, especially on the Dan Witten Outspoken show. But, of course, we are not quietly that sort of way. We're not quite on that sort of level. But, of course, we do talk about community stuff. One I want to mention is, of course, about the hub here, which is also quite useful here. The things that are going on at the Jubilee Hub, sort of near the Jubilee Gardens of Saffron Walden in Essex. It's worth noting about that. And of course, this is the leaflet here. Of course, they've run out of these now, but of course, maybe I should scan or sort of photocopy of my printer there. Some more copies there for people to read a little bit more about what they do. And you can actually follow the Jubilee Hub on Facebook, and it's open to all. The community fridge, which is open from Monday to Friday, and it's a free drop-in activities at the Jubilee Hub. Tea and coffee provided. Everyone welcome. But like I say, of course, this is not the community news program. This is just catching up, really, and of course, basically saying hello to everyone here. Wherever you are watching. Yeah, I'm surprised that no one's watching live, and no one's able to hit that notification bell, because that really helps to notify you that we are live and come and see us. One thing that I did like community-wise yesterday, that has been some exclusive pictures that I can't really show too much on here, but of course I've managed to piece together privately something, and of course it came out very well, by the way, the sound. But yeah, we're talking about, of course, as if you're actually there, feeling that feeling. And of course, the reason why I did it is because it's to promote what goes on there. But, of course, yeah, you probably don't know what the hell I'm talking about here. But, of course, yeah, I did actually go to a concert, seriously, by the director of music of Oliver King. They called him Ollie at the time, when the actual announcer was saying it and all that kind of thing. Thanks to Ollie. Another, round of applause to Ollie, who done absolutely brilliantly. 34 minutes his pieces were, and some really, really good dancey tunes, and well worth listening to. I had to listen back to it anyway, but of course we'll talk about that another time. But yeah, there is an exclusive, of course, a behind the scenes video of Saffron Walden outside the church. If anyone is interested in having a listen, then feel free to have a listen. Okay, and yeah, that's on our TikTok page. Do check that out if you're interested in going to our TikTok page. And you have to watch the video, but if you like to watch a little bit more further, because we're only giving you about a minute of the actual video on the profile, then of course it's £4 a month if you want to subscribe to the actual channel of Touring with Nick Cee on TikTok. So yeah, we have reached our 1K, but we didn't get a certificate for it. I was surprised about that, but of course, yeah, where was the certificate that we actually received 1K? I find that very frustrating that YouTube didn't actually give that to us, but never mind about that. You know, we are still here. That is the main thing. We are still live. We're still live on our mobiles, which something you have to work hard for. You know, you have to get at least 50 subscribers to actually go live on a mobile. But of course, yeah, I think to go live on TikTok, you have to have 1,000 followers. But it's much more easier to get more followers on TikTok than it is to get subscribers on here. I can't explain the reason behind that, but of course, yeah. We're also on X, by the way, under the name of Touring with Nick Cee. But do check out our other channel, our other sister channel, which is Nick Cee and Martha's Adventures. So, yeah. The weekly activities, winter 2024 to 25. So, this is what they've got during the week here. Monday morning, ready, steady, plan and play, or play and learn. 10 o'clock to 11:15 a.m. Drop in for a tea, coffee, chat, and a welcoming, friendly session for family with children from aged 0 to 4, providing games and activities. And then, of course, it's Meet Up Monday, 11:30 a.m. till 1 p.m. And it is a drop-in for tea, coffee, and a chat. That sounds very useful. That is. I've never been literally at that point, you know, on a Monday, because usually I'm not a Monday morning sort of person. And afternoon, virtual reality well-being project, which is 2 p.m. till 4 p.m. and drop-in sessions. Support carers, people with early stages of dementia, mobility issues, and social isolation. Enjoy a relaxing and therapeutic environment tailored to your needs. For further information, please email connect@ucan.org.uk. So UCAN, of course, let me just explain about them. They actually run the, I would say, the hub. Excuse me. So, yeah, UCAN are the ones that are actually in charge of the hub. I'd love to speak to them about, of course, setting up groups. How do people do it if they wanted to do it? So that's connect@ucan.org.uk. And on Tuesdays, it's the employee mobility, or let's pronounce this right, okay? I've just got to get this into the right perspective here. Employability Hub. 10 a.m. till 11 a.m. And basically what it is they're asking, are you looking for work? We can help, they say. We support with everything from creating a CV and completing applications to preparing and attending interviews. But it's only appointment only. Please email info@enterpriseeast.org.uk. That's info@enterpriseeast.org.uk. And there's something really interesting for anyone that likes singing. Singing for the Soul, 2 p.m. till 3 p.m. in the afternoon. And that involves, of course, an afternoon singing along group. No experience needed. They just sing for the fun of it. And the Chat and Chill Youth Cafe from 3:30 p.m. till 5 p.m. free club for young people aged 11 plus to relax with friends and enjoy free activities and refreshments in a safe environment. And then there's the Time Out Club from 5 p.m. till 7 p.m. Young carers can take a break from their caring role and make some new friends. Free refreshments and activities as well as support and guidance there. Brilliant. And Wednesdays are community groups from 10 a.m. till 12 noon. Monthly support groups hosted by social activities. The Fibromyalgia Cafe, that's a long word for me to pronounce there. So the fibromyalgia, yeah, fibromyalgia, I still can't pronounce it, it's very difficult. So I'll try it again. Fibromyalgia, I think that's right if I said it very slowly. Cafe every second Wednesday of the month, which is quite good. And the fellowship, which is of course the one that I've been to, but I couldn't make it because of the Oliver King concert at the St Mary the Virgin Church of not Raventer, but I was going to say Raventer of Saffron Walden. No, St Mary's the Virgin of Saffron Walden. Easy to get mixed up with Raventer, so don't get mixed up with that. So it's a fellowship between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. Definitely worth taking your friend along with you. But it's basically a men's group, but you can bring females along there who wants to have a chat as well. They're not pushing away females there. Talking and social group for men, and they basically, all they do in that sort of group and of course environment is they play Connect 4, you talk to friends there, and you can even watch and you can interact, that kind of thing. The more people to come, the better. But bear in mind, of course, the space can run out of tables once you get into the Jubilee Hub there. And on Thursday, it's the Wellbeing Hub, including My Weight Matters, 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Help and support with living a healthier life. And the St Clair Hospice, a weekly coffee shop, which is the Claire Cafe. And then that is followed by the Warm Welcome Hub of 12 p.m. till 3 p.m. with a free light lunch served from 12 p.m. with friends and chat. Tea and coffee from 2 p.m. And on Friday, finally, is life skills between 10:30 a.m. and 12 noon. Free sessions to learn about the daily tasks such as washing, ironing, cleaning, and internet skills, and much, much more. If anyone's interested, then pop along to that. All taking place, by the way, in Saffron Walden in Essex. And finally, the Artist Hours from 2 p.m. till 4 p.m. Try your hand at art and crafts with support from their instructor. They've got a lovely teacher that, of course, does all that kind of thing. So, yeah, I hope to be able to attend one of the actual art things again to find out a little bit more, because that is my sort of role as a community journalist, and it's not a mainstream journalist here, very much independent from that. So, yeah, of course, let me just tell you a little bit about UCAN, which is a charity whose primary mission is to reduce loneliness and isolation amongst the Huddersfield population and enable people to live an independent life or live independent and supported and connected lives. And the Enterprise East Group at CIC is helping people tackle social isolation and employment barriers in our community with a focus on provision for young people. And the Saffron Walden Town Council, which is a service provided for Saffron Walden, whose priorities include representing the needs of local people and raising the standards of recreational facilities. Okay, working efficiently and effectively and efficiently in partnership with the organisations within the community it represents. And of course, the Jubilee Hub is actually available for hire. I think it's £20. No, £25 per hour. But if you are a charity or something like that, I think it's cheaper rates. This is for private hire for evenings and weekends only. Please contact the bookings, saffronwarden.gov.uk, or call 01799 516 501. That's 01799 516 501. And it's at 3 Hill Street of Saffron Warden, CB 101E8, saffronwarden.gov.uk / the Jubilee Hub. And that number again, 01799 516 501. That's you can. Okay, just thought I'd mention a little bit about that. Some really freshly prepared sandwich platters here at this kind of locational thing. We all know what that is, in reverse order. By the way, if anyone wants, anyone that's Polish out there wants one of these kind of Bibles here, I've got one, a Nowy Testament, which is the New Testament here. If anybody wants one of these, let me know. If you know anyone that is Polish or anything like that, do get in touch. So, yeah, I'm going to also promote something else as well. First of all, the Bruce Hyatt charity art sale, which is 11 a.m. till 3 p.m. on Saturday the 14th of June 2025 at the Saffron Community Hub, 1A Market Street of Saffron Warden, CB10 1HX, beside the Saffron Building Society. Sounds very good if you're interested in your art sale there. And that was advertised in the Greggs of course, Saffron Warden. And there's an organ recital, of course. This could be obsolete if you're watching in the future. Wayne Marshall, international concert organist and program to include music by Widder, Saint Sains, Frank and Marshall. Hence his name's called Marshall. So maybe, of course, his own music that he has written exclusively. So that is taking place 5 p.m. and it is a free concert on Saturday, the 12th of July 2025 at St Mary's Church of Saffron Warden. Free admission with a retiring collection and in aid of music at St Mary's. So that's Wayne Marshall organ, of course, recital there. All right, thank you very much indeed for watching that. If you're watching on replay, that is. So, yeah, let's tell you a little bit about the Parish Church of the St Mary the Virgin of Saffron Warden, a walk-around guide, which, of course, you can pick up your own copy and read it yourself if you really want to read it yourself. But I'm going to read some of it, which is quite useful to know about. So they welcome you, of course, to the Parish of St Mary the Virgin, which is the largest church in actually Essex, which is quite useful to know about, with an overall length of 183 feet, while the height of the actual tower and the spire is 193 feet tall. So I'm going to read you this paragraph here, okay? So it's very, very useful to actually read on about this. So if you want to read on, go and grab yourself a copy of this, because if you like your history, then it's definitely well worth it just for that. So let's see what else it says. The East Saxons who gave its name to Essex were pagan, but after said led their conservation to Christianity in the 7th century, there was in all probability a Saxon wooden church here. The massive Norman stone church that was known to exist in 1130 was rebuilt and enlarged in the early form of the decorated period between 1250 and 1258. A general rebuilding in the perpendicular style was begun. The perpendicular style, which was begun in about 1450, and the present church takes a high place from an architectural point of view among the parish churches of England. The spire, however, is more modern, for it was built, and the upper part of the tower was renewed, and in 1832 the design of Rickman and Hutchinson's. So, of course, it says on the back here, illustrated guidebooks and postcards of the church are available at West End, together with the parish magazine and a selection of books and pamphlets. The fabric of the church is now in good order, following a massive program of repair and restoration over many years. But the maintenance of the upkeep of the building of this magnitude is enormous, and we are grateful for all contributions which may be placed in the blue safe. We hope that you have enjoyed the visit, if you do go to the church, of their beautiful church of St Mary's. Details of the services are displayed on the notice board, as in notice boards, and they go on to say, we most sincerely invite you to share in the worshipping life of the church whenever you can. Meanwhile, we wish you a safe journey home. You are welcome to take this guide home. If not required, please return for reuse. So yeah, if you don't need this, of course, you just bring it back to them. It obviously saves them being thrown away. But anyway, of course, I'm going to leave that racing for your mind. Thank you very much indeed for watching this live here. And I hope that you've enjoyed a little bit of what I've had to say here. I'll keep you updated later on. And of course, I will keep talking to you and keep you all smiling and all that kind of thing. So, yeah, live from the studio here of Suffolk. Thank you very much for tuning in here. It has been Nick Cee, the community journalist here. And, of course, we hope that we can go live again at some point. And, blimey, it's really, really hot outside, isn't it? So that's why I'm cooling down for a little bit inside before I head down towards the town area. But of course, let me bring this opportunity to thank you all for watching. Thank you very much indeed. If you've missed anything, don't forget, of course, you can watch the replay of what I have spoken about today. Okay, so the community news program will return here very, very soon. And of course, it may be tonight. I will continue with that. Feeling hot and hot in Essex today. Absolutely. Have you ever been to Saffron Walden? That's part of Essex. Because I was just talking about Saffron Walden, of the parish church of St Mary the Virgin in Saffron Walden, a walk-around guide, which, of course, I was reading segments from that. So, of course, thank you very much for your comment there. That has come through there. Yeah, I'm trying to catch up with it there. Yeah, that's from Clive Marchant, who, of course, came in specifically to say hello and drop by. Thank you very much indeed for coming by. It really, really helps a lot. But if anyone does want to support the channel, just a quick reminder about that. There is a PayPal link on the About section. But, of course, for those people not on TikTok, because I do my shows occasionally on TikTok there. So, of course, thank you very much for tuning in, everyone. And as I say, for anyone that's just walked into the show here, or just switched on their TVs or their phones or whatever you call it these days, as long as you can hear my sound okay, that's the main thing. All I will say now is that, of course, you can actually watch this a little bit later on if you missed anything at all whatsoever. I'll say a little bit about some history here whilst people are tuning in here, about the Saffron Walden Church here. There are, of course, at least, I was just going to say about the bells of the tower here. Well, here's a bit of interesting information here. The Saffron Walden Society of Bell Ringers is one of the oldest companies in the country with at least 300 years of history. This is of the Saffron Walden Church of Essex. Now, if you want to have a look at an exclusive video, which you will not find on YouTube, because not only just because of copyright, but it probably won't detect copyright because a lot of tunes are out of copyright anyway. But it's not that. It's about it's a kind of like a recording that I did. I videoed some pictures as well over the top of it, and I had some sound to go with it. And it was a lovely concert, by the way. And there's about a minute if you actually go onto my TikTok page and subscribe on a monthly fee to see further videos of it. You know, so you watch the video on the profile, and then, of course, if you like to see a little bit more, then you have to subscribe to see it further. Because it is a private video, and, you know, of the respect of the person doing it. But what I will say is it was a lovely concert by Oliver King, the director of music, who actually is based in the Essex area. So if you ever get a chance to meet Oliver King, hope he does perform again, because some of these tunes were brilliant. So yeah, got to give it sort of nearly enough 9 out of 10. For his performance there. Absolutely brilliant here. But there's a minute on that video clip though, and to watch that you need to subscribe to my TikTok page. It's only no more than £4 a month to subscribe to exclusive content on the TikTok page. Not just only that video, there's other content on there as well that you won't see anywhere else. Alright, okay, so do let me know in the comments if you want a bit more updates in the future like this. If you want me to do a community show in this sort of format, then don't hesitate to let me know and leave us a comment. And just a quick reminder, there's a couple of questions on the community section. Please answer them because they have been unanswered. And just scroll through and have a go at the quiz, see if you can get it right. Any of these questions, just for fun. Just scroll through and you'll see all the questions there. So if there's any particular place that you'd like us to visit, especially in Essex, then of course we'll try our best to go there. We won't just stick to just one place all the time, but there's so much of Saffron Walden that you know, there is always something there new that I'd like to explore. The more you notice, the more you find. You always get more of what you focus on in life as well. So if you've got any suggestions, feel free to let us know. Thank you very much for tuning in, and peace out. And we'll carry on providing the community for you and promoting it at the same time. Cheerio for now.